welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on the channel I'm coming back at you with another comic book review, and today we're taking a look at issue 27 of Transformers War World. Now, War World is, as we know, split into two parts. In this part of the channel, we're looking at the War World series, which follows on from Rise of the Decepticons. There is other videos that I'm doing which looks at the second part, which is called Escape. And if you want to check out everything that's going on in the other part, which focuses in more on the people of Cybertron rather than the main bots versus cons conflict, then you can check that video out somewhere around here, and you'll see that right now. And with that, let's crack on with issue 27. So kicking off with the cover, and this is just an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful cover. I love me some Astro Train, and this is just a fantastic looking dude there. I can't quite get the same pose from some of my Astro Trains, but yeah, his head doesn't really rock forward enough, but yeah, you get the idea. This dude is so impressive. Love this cover art here. Also really nice, just in the top corner here, little Skylinks from the Lynx side of Skylinks there at the top as well. Really cool little details. Love this. On the back we get the Cybertron line drawing, which is just pops. I absolutely love this. This is on the back of every single cover. Love it. On the inside we get who it's written by, the art, the colors, and the letters and design, the editor, and then also the assistant editor and supervising editor. On the back we get some of the alternative covers. This is actually War World Moon, so most of this episode actually takes place on the moon, or the winged moon, as it's called there. Transformers Escape, so this is the other side, so this is the second issue that I will be reviewing soon. It's only a 5-issue releases, and I'll be getting issue 2, should be coming to me very soon. The other cover variants here, well, this one, which we'll go into later what this means, and then we have this kind of line drawing, which is really nice. Just a little boring. It's not, it looks okay, but it's a little one. This is the one though. Woohoo! Look at that. That is a hell of a picture of Astro Train. And then I think there is this one for the next issue as well. It's awesome. So that's all the covers and how they all looked. We kick off by looking at the main characters within this one. So we've got Nova Star, Windblade, Slipstream, Huffer, Lancer, Cosmos, Springer, and Gears, all playing some of the major parts in this. So we open up to this, which is the rescue team of a load of the Autobots going over to the winged moon to try and rescue some of the bots that are already there from kind of what's left of the Rise. So the Rise were the more armed version of what were the Sensicons before they became the Decepticons. So some of the Rise are still there on the winged moon. So this is the winged moon, and this is just an awesome picture here of Skylinks hurrying over to the winged moon to try and rescue some of the bots that are there. We can see that the cons are already in a bit of a battle with the Transformers there, or with the Autobots already, and they're trying to get into the area where some of the bots, and those bots being Huffer, Cosmos, and Gears, where they're hiding out from the cons, trying to keep themselves safe. They're hiding behind quite a big door, and they say, will they get through? And they said no, it's a big ass door, nobody's getting through that. Love this version of Huffer in this as well, pretty unique. Not seen Huffer kind of done in this styling before. Really cool. He's not exactly recognizable to his G1 form. You can see Cosmos and Gears pretty pretty much, but this is a really different styling of Huffer in this, and I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So the Autobots are trying to kind of shore up their defenses. Gears is going through the tunnels, trying to block up the tunnels to make sure that the cons can't just get in through any little access things, and there's only one big main door. But they have made their way into where they've been holding this dude hostage. Now, I haven't been following this series all the way from the beginning. I believe this dude is called Enemy. Down in the comments, I'm sure you will correct me if this dude is not called Enemy, but he was kind of taken hostage by Wheeljack in earlier episodes, and he is part of the Rise. So we see that he is being rescued here by the rest of the Decepticons. So then on another part of the Winged Moon, this awesome looking Astro Train hears a signal, starts picking up incoming craft and realizes that it's Skylinks and goes off to battle Skylinks. It's not too bad. This is a different version of the shuttle mode for Skylinks for Astro Train. It's pretty cool. A little blocky. A little bit just like a normal shuttle with some stuff on it. It could have been a bit more stylized there. Not the biggest fan of that, but I'm a huge fan of the bot mode here. Bot mode looks really good. Skylinks then cuts himself in two and separates his forms and starts to say how it's more difficult for him to be able to fight in two forms and keeps his brain in two locations. So he could help the bots on the floor, but he can't really control himself as well as he could if he was split into one, having to fight on two fronts effectively. So the cons are having a conversation around the fact that Shockwave didn't actually tell them that Enemy was up here, and they're just saying that Shockwave is a huge walking bag of secrets, basically. And then they hit a tripwire as they're walking along the corridor, and yeah, electrified. And then they realize then that they need to be a bit more careful as they're walking around, because the whole place is set with traps. Outside there is a battle raging again between the bots and the cons, and Smokescreen comes into fray. Smokescreen sends out his smoke basically, but then goes through and smashes this one right in the face. Then Windblade does a pretty awesome attack here and just swings the bike round and flings it into the stratosphere. Smokescreen is a little bit confused, because Smokescreen is saying that he actually quite liked Slipstream back in the day, but now it looks like Slipstream is actually trying to kill them. And this is kind of a bit of a theme for this comic, that the cons have already stepped over that line where the cons are ready to kill Autobots, but Autobots still aren't quite ready to kill these cons, because at one point they did work alongside them and fight alongside them in things. So we see here where Springer is telling them to stand down and nothing is worth getting killed over, and that's where the con replies, "You think not, but you're out of date." So it's really interesting to see the way that kind of works, and the way that plays out, and the way that the bots do get caught out by the cons, because they just don't believe that the Decepticons are actually out to kill them, which leads to some pretty interesting battle scenes. Inside the base itself, you can see that again, you know, the bots are confused. You can see here, Gears says, "Are they seriously trying to kill us? What's wrong with them?" So this is really like the main point of this. It's almost like a coming to the realization that this is a war. This is life or death situations. And again, we see this awesome take on Huffer. So here they're saying basically they're all hauled up in this, but this door is not going to hold back the cons. So they discuss a way to actually deal with the cons, and Cosmos says he could use this power, but Wheeljack apparently said it was too dangerous. And if Wheeljack said it was too dangerous, it must be damn dangerous. So they are going to try this out to defend themselves. In space, we can see Skylynx versus Astro Train. I would have liked to see a few more panels on this because it's a cool looking battle in space, and there's multiple battles going on. And then we can see outside that Sunstorm is powering up to actually attack them and blow open that door, but instead, kablooey! We see that Nova Storm is kind of blasted into orbit, basically, here. And I thought, this panel here, what does that look like? I don't know if they done that on purpose, but I got to this panel and I was like, oh, is that Unicron? But it does look very Unicron-esque, but it's not Unicron. And he is just blasted. I mean, look at that. That is I effed up. Oh, good lord. Next page, then we see that the cons have retreated into space and they pick Sunstorm up. Looking rather disheveled, and here is where the Autobots also then retreat back into Skylynx and decide to leave the Winged Moon, but Cosmos stays behind and wants to send an invitation out to Blastoff to come support him on the moon. And in the next issue, as we've already seen, we get the really nice cover of Starscream in Megatron's ear. So, all in all, I'm on issue 3 of this. I know it's issue 27, but this is the 3rd issue that I have been able to get my hands on and understand. This one did have a lot of reference points back to other issues, so I did find this one a little bit more challenging to understand than the other ones, coming in at the part that I have come in at. So yeah, again, maybe need to do a little bit more reading on that. Let me know your thoughts on this and everything else down in the comments. I'm super hyped for issue 28 though. So let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. Are you enjoying this? And I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!